course, you know me as Brian. So this is kind of a special video. My nephews recommended to me a show called Stranger Things. It's on Netflix. And they recommended a movie to me that I bought last year, and I finally got around to watching last night, which is Us. And I'll also say, just in passing, well, whatever, that I might start picking up, might start watching some TV shows. I'm not sure, or maybe I'm just going to tackle my Criterions. I know I promised my Ringu box set review. I guess that'll come eventually at some point. I don't know when. I have to apologize a little to people that I haven't watched. I'm kind of way behind. You know, people like Ray 1951, otherwise known as Mike, Jay, Robert, Ian DVD Collector 1974. You know, Ian's All Things Film. DVD Collector 1974 is James. Who am I forgetting? Jay, Mike, Ian, James. Oh, and Harry. He changed his channel name, Maca Films, I think. So I'm way behind on that. I've been watching tons of movies. Like I just ran out of all my streaming. I've stopped paying for all my streaming services. I get Netflix through another way, not in an illegal way or anything. But I don't. It's not on my account anymore. I don't pay for it. I don't know if I'm going to get the Criterion channel anytime soon. This all depends on the pandemic, and I've got tons of Criterions to watch, so I'm sort of feeling less inclined to just get it again right away. The only other streaming platform I subscribed to, but just stopped within the end of June, was Shudder. Just for Joe Bob Briggs' last drive-in show. I just plowed through those shows, plowed through those movies on those shows to get through it, and I did. My reviews in one of my previous videos that you've seen. All right, yeah. So yeah, okay. So let's get to what I saw. So anyways, I'm going to put over here, Stranger Things. Stranger Things is a television show on Netflix. The main characters are middle schoolers. Involves some kind of supernatural goings-on. There's 3 seasons. There's going to be a 4th, but the 4th hasn't come on Netflix yet. So the first season in the television series one of the four main characters, they're all boys. They One of them is lost, and they're going searching for him, and they think that he's dead. Um, they find his body, but something's not quite right with that, you know. And somebody else goes missing as well from the middle school, or she's a high school student. And anyways, um, and there's a government building in this town of Hawkins, Indiana, where the series takes place, and there's something inside that government building that's surrounded by a gate to block anybody from going in. And there's a young girl who is a test subject at the government place, and she manages to escape, and so it focuses on finding this one of the boys whose name is Will. Where did he go? So that's the first season. The second season, let me see if I've got all this correct. The second season, something happens to Will again. There's an introduction of another character, a young girl, and so in the first season, I don't know if I should say anything. They're sworn to secrecy, but I won't say about what. And then the second season, there's the supernatural comes back to the town of Hawkins. And something happens at the government building in Hawkins. It's surrounded by a gate. So I'll leave it there. And then the third season, it starts off what you think, what we believe to be Russia, and the TV show takes place at this mall that just come into being, and it's kind of interesting, the show, because you see of course, because it's set in the early '80s or mid '80s, you see all these references to '80s pop culture, music, movies, fashions. What else? Various things, food, Dungeons and Dragons. So it's entertaining. I enjoyed watching it, but it's really not the kind of stuff I feel like watching. I watch shows like Mad Men and Breaking Bad that are more like have a grounding in actual reality rather than fantasy. Because if I was a middle schooler or a teenager, if I was a teenager or a kid, I might be more into this Harry Potter kind of stuff. But I don't know. I'm trying to soften. I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it, but it reminded me a lot of '80s movies and all that kind of stuff. So, okay. So how would I rate it? Out of 5 stars, I'm going to give it I would say 3.5 stars out of 5. So it's good, but not excellent. So it's in between good and excellent. The second thing I'll get to is this movie. My nephews recommended this to me. It's directed by Jordan Peele. He directed Get Out. It's called Us. It stars Lupita Nyongo. Lupita Nyongo. I hope I'm saying the last name correctly. And Winston Duke from Black Panther. And it's about this black family. They go vacationing to their summer home, and things go south pretty quickly, because at the start of the film there's a slight, you see there's a hint of there's a foreshadowing of what's to come. There's a reference to a biblical verse, Jeremiah 11:11, I think, is it? Or is it Isaiah 11:11? I can't remember. And I can't remember what the Bible verse was about, but very soon after they started their vacation, they come across people in their driveway. And when they enter the house and assault them, they're not who they expected to meet. Let's put it that way. So I'm gonna, I did see Get Out. Get Out's a good movie. I'm trying to judge it compared to that. I guess a lot of people like Get Out more than they do Us. I guess Us Get Out might be a tiny bit better, because it's addressing racism and it's pretty tight. It's pretty well put together. So is this, but Get Out was making this statement about how can you put it, an undercurrent of racism that we thought we had taken out of the consciousness of the American psyche, I guess. But this is pretty intriguing too. I don't want to give too much away. That's the thing. I do recommend this. I give it, how many stars out of 5 would I give this? I would give it, I guess I might give it a 4. Yeah, 4 out of 5, which means it's excellent. But 5 would be one of my favorite films of all time. So probably a 4. 4 is excellent. Because you get to see who these people who are assaulting them are, what that exactly means in reference to the characters, and again, it's treading upon those those things like racism and divisiveness and tribalism. I got some of that, like the tribalism. That was, I watched the special features on here. Jordan Peele's talking about, how people separating themselves from other groups of people, because of how they view other people, I guess, or something like that. That's what I think what Jordan Peele is saying. So we're afraid of each other, and even though we shouldn't be, we've projected these ways of thinking that have blocked our way from understanding each other, I guess. Would that be a fair way to put it? So I'm going to give it 4 stars. 4 stars. So that wraps up the end of the video. It's sort of a special video for my nephews. Of course, to be fair, my 2 nephews recommend Black Panther to me, which I haven't seen, and I wasn't going to watch it on Netflix. I should have watched it way before, because it was on Netflix a long, long time. And then when I was prepared to watch it, they had pulled it off. I think it's on Disney Plus right now. We have it where I work at the library, but the library has been closed to the public since the end of March. So when I get into the library again, I could take it out then. Maybe I should buy a copy. I don't know how to stream it. Maybe it would become available to stream somehow. I do have Canopy, which is a library streaming service. I don't think it's on there, but I'm not sure. But I'll check and see. But anyways, enough chatter. Check out my GarageBand videos I've put up recently. Check out my blog. I guess I'll put up my blog here. Yeah. So, oh, and I guess I'll plug. I guess I'll plug somebody. I'm going to plug somebody that's not in the movie community. I'm going to plug a guy called, what is his name? Metalhead Hippie. He shows people's music on his channel Sunday and Tuesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific. So you just send him you have to send him music, of course, because he's a music guy. And if he finds the sound okay, he'll put it on his channel during his show. He'll put your video up. He asked for a donation, but if you can't do it, he understands. I've thought of putting something up there. I guess maybe I'd donate $5. I really don't have hardly any money, and he says he understands if you don't have money. But I thought I'd pimp his channel or whatever, however you want to put it up. That I would give a shout out to his channel. So yeah, and there's several other guitar people that shows I watch. There's Fender Guru. He's on. Now it's kind of. I think he was on Saturday night, but he usually is on Sunday night. I forget exactly. Usually it's around like 2, 3 a.m. Eastern Time, my time, which is like early morning, sometime England time. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m. England time. Who's one of the co-hosts, which is Simon, and he's in the UK. The guy that hosts, who runs the show, is Andrew. He's over in New Zealand. So when he's on at that time, around 2 a.m., 3 a.m. for me, early morning for Simon in the UK, which is like, I don't know, 7, 8, 9, somewhere in there, a.m. And then in New Zealand, it's probably like 6 p.m. rather, 6 p.m. Yeah, so it's like early evening, late afternoon New Zealand time. Probably early evening New Zealand time, if I'm getting all my coordinates right. I'm going on too long. All I wanted to do was show my review. But hopefully you're going to hear from me soon. I think you will. I just don't know what. Oh, yes, I almost forgot. The Criterion sale's coming up from Barnes & Noble, July 10th. So it's coming up soon, and I forgot. I was going to do a video about Criterions, which I think I'll do. I did a video a while back, a few years back, a few videos called Lesser Known Criterion Titles. Also, another special one called Lesser Known Asian Criterion Titles. I think I'm going to do one of those lesser known Criterion title videos because if you're thinking of buying some Criterions in the Barnes & Noble sale and you want to go off the beaten path and not buy the usual ones that have the high reputation, Seventh Seal, Seven Samurai, Bicycle Thieves, 8½. If you want to know more about maybe ones off the beaten path or ones loaded with special features, I can provide you with a video on that. I have a gift certificate coming to me that will cover at least one movie, so I won't be buying that movie. I'm not sure if I'm going to get a second. If I get a second, some of the gift certificate will pay for that as well. But at the most, I would only be buying two, and if not two, just one. I wouldn't be buying the first one because the gift certificate would cover it. But this pandemic has hit, and I don't want people to feel obligated to buy Criterions, especially if you can't financially do it. So I'll leave it at that. Just be on the lookout for a Criterion video. I think I'll put it up soon. And take care for now. Bye now.